G'day everyone, welcome back to another Catch Up with Kirley, and today it is time to review a costume that came to me into my post box. About a month or 2 months ago, I was reached out to by a company called CosplaySea. They literally stock hundreds of different cosplays, and they asked if I was willing to review one. More about that quantity amount shortly. And I will admit, I was intrigued. I have bought cosplays before and I thought, well, I would really like to have another cosplay that I didn't have to make. So I said, sure, let's do this. After a bit of back and forth, we came to agree on a budget, and from that budget, I was able to select a My Hero Academia school uniform because I'm not totally obsessed with My Hero at all. I mean, any chance that I get to be Froppy, I am going to take it. But before I said yes to the project, I wanted it to be very clear. I said to them, are you sure that you're okay with me giving a very honest review? And they said, yes. I am now wondering if maybe they're going to regret that. I haven't opened up the cosplay yet, but do they know how judgmental I can be? So for my review today, I'm actually going to be looking at it from two kind of perspectives. The first one is the fact that I am a seamstress. So I'm going to be looking at the quality of fabric, the quality of the construction, and also the fit. Because here's the thing. The size that fits me on the waist and the hips was way too big in the bust. I mean, we're talking 10 centimeters too big in the bust. I mean, that's a lot of boobie that I just don't have. So I reached out to them and I said, I would like this cosplay in this size, but can you please make the bust area to be this size? And they said, sure. So we'll see if that is carried through. And on the other hand, I'll be weighing it up with how much it would have cost me if I had paid for the outfit, plus also, you know, how long it would have taken me if I had made it, and what the cost of the fabrics would have been. So, you know, weighing it up fairly. And just so that you know, the cost of this outfit was $82.51 USD. But let's quickly go back before I open it up and have a look at this cosplay because I'm dying to see it. I want to discuss the hundreds of different cosplays that are on this website. What I will say is that navigating this website can be a little bit difficult because there's just so much there. But if you know what you're searching for, the search function is very good. However, saying that, I did go through all of the different pages. Now, I will say that there was one red flag that I saw, and that was that there was at least one stolen image. It was of a costume, not a cosplay, a costume that I know was made by the original creator that they had put on their website. But there was only one of them and there was literally hundreds of cosplays. So I was like, let's try and look past that. However, all of the other images that I could see were literally your stock standard images that you would see on any other site selling cosplays, you know, like AliExpress and that sort of thing. Now there's one more thing that I just want to mention, and it has to do with the cosplay that I've picked. You see, the site has multiple versions of the same cosplay, and they look like they are potentially the very same cosplay, but I'm guessing it's because they're from different manufacturers or something along those lines because they have different price points. For my cosplay, there are at least 3 different versions of the school uniform. And I say versions, they all look to be the same. I chose the one in the center in terms of price point. There was definitely one that was higher and one that was lower. And I was like, let's just go lucky middle and see how we go. And as a side note, that same principle works really well for wigs. I have learnt this the hard way. Okay, so I think that I have said everything that I needed to say about the site and the company so far about my interactions with them. So let's get to the cosplay. I have literally opened up the bag only to see that it was in there and that I didn't have a look at the cosplay at all. So this is going to be real reaction as I inspect it before I try it on. It just came in this black bag. The other side has my dress on it, so not going to show you that. And it came in this plastic bag. Okay, so this is what it is. I got the 2 extra large because, you know, pizza. But it says an extra large in the top on the tag there. Oh, this is going to be interesting. All right, let's open it up and have a little bit of a look-see. All right. All right, so let's start with the skirt first. So it's just a pleated skirt that's on an elastic band. It looks to be like a drill. Oh, that polyester smell. That is very, very prominent. Okay, look, I'm very happy to see that the skirt is fully overlocked and then turned up and actually hemmed. So that's really nice. And the pleats, oh, okay. So how they've done the skirt is that they've got the pleats and then they've attached a waistband separately. So that's a really good way, so that way the pleats can be, you know, kept crisp. Okay, that's cool. The skirt, simple but effective. I'm really hoping that is going to go on my body. We shall see. Let's have a look at the rest of this. So I got the kind of long sleeved version of the outfit. All right, so, okay, what is going on here? There's no shirt. There's no shirt with this. There's literally a tie that is on a... What? Okay, hang on. So, so the tie is meant to be going around your neck like this. And, you know, that's a slightly nicer version of polyester. And okay, so they've got a zip. And the zip, okay, so the zip is meant to be able to be undone, is it? Oh, okay, no, you just pull it and then you pull the tie down and it gets shorter. Okay, so it can go around your neck like that. Okay, that makes sense. I was a little bit confused about why there was a zip in the necktie, but okay, that's actually quite ingenious and quite easy for people to use. The fabric is once again polyester, as I expected. I mean, nothing is being kind of shown, you know, thread-wise, except there's a little bit of extra thread hanging out the back, and you can see where they've just left it raw there, where they've done the knot. And I will say that the button, it's not a button, or if it is a button, I think it was a button, but it's been glued on. I don't know if you'll be able to necessarily see that. There you go. The glue is kind of overspilling and there is a chip in the button. So there's that. Okay. Now let's get to the shirtless jacket. Wow. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to find a white shirt and put this underneath, because otherwise this is going to be really rude. Okay, so let's have a little bit of a talk about this blazer. So we do have a thread that is hanging off one of the buttons. Fake, oh no, oh, real pockets. I thought they were fake pockets, but they're real pockets. That is really handy if you're going to a convention. Have real pockets with a lovely little flap. And you can hide, you know, stuff in there, like candy or your mobile phones. Another thread up on one of the lapels up here. They're to do with the buttons by the looks of things. Okay. We've got a few kind of stray top stitching threads just kind of showing its thing. I'm being very critical here, but we established why at the start. I'm a seamstress, this is what I'm looking at. And we've got the buttonholes. We've still got some extra kind of fabric not cut away from there. Once again, the fabric is kind of like a drill, very polyester drill, and it's got these cross-grain ribbons? Cross-grove? I don't know. And we do have it fully lined, which is really nice. I'm really glad to see that it's fully lined. That way it actually looks and feels like a blazer. It's a very lightweight blazer, but because it's 100% polyester, this is going to be hot to wear. But that's okay. This is already looking really small, so I do not know if this is going to go over my shoulders. Oh yeah, we've got another extra thread up here. You know, the lapels are sewed down so that way they don't flap in the breeze, but I mean, I like all the top stitching. It's really neat sewing. I will give them that. Like, it's really neat sewing. There's a lovely, you know, detail with a V at the back. Obviously this is not pressed. Yeah, okay then. All right then. So overall, it's okay. It's all right. The quality of fabric is what I expect it to be. Fully polyester. Do not go near any open flames, otherwise it will melt on your body. But that's what I expect with these. It's very similar to my school uniform that I've got for the My Hero Academia that I ordered off AliExpress. The quality of the sewing seems to be actually really quite nice, except for the loose threads. So that's awesome. And for the fit, well, let's just try this on. I'm really nervous, to be honest, because I'm really not sure about this. Like this, I'm not sure. Let's just try it on. I'm gonna try this tie. I think this tie is probably going to be the most fun thing. That is ingenious. I will say that is ingenious. I've not ever come across something like that before. Good work on that one. So let's try it all on, and then we will come back and discuss it further about whether or not I think it's worth 83, 82, 51 USD. Let's try it on. All right.
Few moments later.
Okay, so here we have one of the costume I could put on. You'll notice that you can't see past my waist, and that is because I can't get the skirt on. The skirt is also considered to be an XL, where I did measure myself and I said that I would be a 2XL. Remember this. They sent me an XL. It does not go past my thighs. So, you know, I feel great about my body with that happening. It's just heartbreaking because of the fact that even on the packaging slip, it says 2XL and they sent me an XL. And I mean, I don't know if the 2XL would have, you know, gone over my hips as well, but I mean, it would have got closer and I probably could have squished it up. But yeah, I could not even get this past my thighs. Let's talk about the jacket. So the jacket is too small. So I did ask for a 2XL to be taken in at the bust or to be made to my measurements. They've just sent me an XL. And because of that, like, even the bust doesn't close. I don't understand. I think that their sizing is also completely off on their website as well for this particular costume at the very least, because there is no way that this is my bust measurement, because like I measured myself in accordance to what their measurement chart was saying, and it was meant to be an XL. My bust was the XL measurement, and that is not what it's meant to be doing. The waist does, funnily enough, just meet, which is hilarious because I'm built like a rectangle and I thought that these, you know, would have been built as such. You know, that the waist would definitely not fit. But funnily enough, the waist is probably the one that I could just squeeze into, but I'm not going to because I don't want to pass out. I am standing here just underneath the one softbox light here, and I can tell you right now that the heat is really intense. The polyester fabric is making it very hard to wear this. I don't think, honestly, that I'm ever going to fit into this. Even if I lost the weight that I gained during COVID, I don't think that I would fit into this. So unfortunately, I am taking this off right now. As for the white shirt, funnily enough, this is what fits me, and it is owned by my husband. So the best thing about this costume at the moment is the fact that I'm wearing the wedding shirt of my husband. But I will say that the best part of the cosplay that was bought was the tie. The tie with the glued on button, because of the fact that it was actually quite easy to put on. You know, it looks good, it is very seamless, so I will give you points for that. But for the rest of the outfit, no. Alright, now let's get real and have our final thoughts about this cosplay. Obviously you can kind of see it's not great. If I had paid, you know, over $80 US, which for Australian is probably more like $100, and I got a cosplay that I couldn't even fit into after I had specifically set my measurements, I would be so upset. I would be immediately asking what the refund policy is and trying to get maybe the biggest size, but honestly, I probably would just ask for my money back. So the quality of the fabric was what I expected. For the quality of the sewing, there were some loose threads, but overall it was pretty well constructed. However, the fit just is appalling. So let's talk about the other hand. Do I think it's worth $82.50 or whatever it was? No, I don't think it was worth that because it doesn't fit my body. And you know, it's if it fit my body, yes, I think it would absolutely be worth that, but it didn't. And I think that when you are someone who is not a tiny human being, like you have curves, like I am not even what I would consider plus size, I am mid-size. That's anyone who is a size 10 to a size 16, and I definitely am in the middle of that. This is, you know, this is very heartbreaking because it just shows you that some companies think that cosplay is only for a very select few who are very small. And I'm sorry, that's not what I'm about on this channel. Cosplay is for everyone. So to CosplaySea, I'd like to say thank you for reaching out to me and asking me if I'd like to review one of your cosplays. I'm sorry that this is probably not the way that you wanted your review to go. Now, if you are a smaller cosplayer in terms of sizing, like you are size 2 to 10, then CosplaySea may very well have a cosplay that will fit you. But for me, it's a no. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.